Agatha Christie was a famous writer. She was born in 1890 in England. She is best known for writing detective stories. Her most famous characters are Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. Christie wrote many books, and her stories are still popular today. People love to read her books because they are exciting and full of mystery. One of her most famous books is Murder on the Orient Express. This book is about a murder that happens on a train. Hercule Poirot, a famous detective, is on the train and decides to solve the crime. The book is very interesting because there are many clues, and everyone on the train is a suspect. Readers try to guess who the murderer is before Poirot reveals the answer. Christie wrote over 60 detective novels. She also wrote plays and short stories. Many of her books have been made into films and TV shows. People all over the world enjoy her stories, and they are translated into many languages. One of the reasons her books are so popular is that they are easy to read. Agatha Christie wrote in a simple and clear style. She made sure that her stories were interesting, but not too complicated. This made her books perfect for people who want to read a good story, but don't want to struggle with difficult language. Many readers love her characters. Hercule Poirot is a Belgian detective. He is very smart and always pays attention to small details. He uses his little gray cells to solve mysteries. Miss Marple is an older lady who lives in a small village. She is very observant and often solves crimes that the police cannot. Both characters are very different, but they are both good at solving crimes. Christie also wrote about different types of crime. Sometimes her stories are about murders in a house or a small village. Sometimes the crimes happen on trains or in exotic locations like Egypt. This variety made her books interesting for many readers. Agatha Christie loved to travel, and her travels gave her ideas for her books. She visited many countries, including France, Egypt, and the Middle East. Some of her most famous stories, like Death on the Nile, take place in these places. She also used her knowledge of different cultures to make her stories more realistic. One of the things that makes Agatha Christie's books special is her ability to create suspense. She always keeps readers guessing about who the criminal is. There are many twists and turns in her stories, and just when you think you know who did it, something happens that surprises you. This is why her books are so fun to read. In addition to her detective stories, Agatha Christie also wrote romance novels under a different name. However, her detective stories are what she is most famous for. People loved to read about Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple, and they became famous all over the world. Agatha Christie was very successful. She sold more books than any other writer, except for William Shakespeare. Her books have sold over 2 billion copies worldwide, and her stories are still enjoyed by people today. Many people read her books for the first time, and then they read more of her work, because they enjoy the mysteries and the surprises. Christie was also good at writing plays. Her play The Mousetrap is the longest-running play in the world. It first opened in London in 1952, and has been performed thousands of times. The play is a mystery, just like her books, and it has a surprising ending that keeps the audience guessing until the very last moment. Agatha Christie wrote her books during a time when there were many famous writers. Some of her books were published at the same time as books by other famous writers like Arthur Conan Doyle, who created Sherlock Holmes. Despite this, Christie became one of the most popular and successful authors of her time. Her books are still popular today. Many people who love mysteries read her books over and over again. They are easy to understand and full of surprises. If you like stories about detectives and solving crimes, Agatha Christie is a great author to read. In addition to her writing, Agatha Christie also became famous for her plays and the adaptations of her books for film and television. Her work continues to influence modern detective fiction, and many authors say that she inspired them to write their own mysteries. Many readers love to read Agatha Christie's books because they are full of surprises. The plots are clever, and the characters are interesting. You never know who the criminal is until the very end of the story, and this keeps readers excited. She is a master of suspense and mystery, and she has created some of the most famous detective stories in the world. Agatha Christie's work has also influenced the world of film and television. Many of her books have been made into movies, and some of them have become famous films. For example, the movie version of Murder on the Orient Express has been made several times, with famous actors playing the role of Hercule Poirot. This has introduced her stories to new generations of fans. Agatha Christie's books are still loved by readers all over the world. People read her stories for fun and to enjoy the mystery. Her works are popular not only for their exciting plots, but also for their ability to make the reader think and solve the puzzle before the detective does. Today, Agatha Christie is remembered as one of the greatest mystery writers of all time. Her books are still read by millions of people, and her characters, especially Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple, remain beloved by fans. She made a big contribution to the world of literature, and her legacy will continue for many years. If you have never read a book by Agatha Christie, it might be a good idea to start with one of her famous novels. Murder on the Orient Express is a great place to begin, or you might enjoy The Murder of Roger Ackroyd or Death on the Nile. No matter which book you choose, you will be in for a fun and exciting adventure, full of mystery and surprises. Agatha Christie's detective stories are simple, exciting, and full of suspense. Her ability to create interesting characters and clever plots is what makes her books so popular. She is remembered as one of the greatest writers of detective fiction, and her work continues to entertain readers around the world.